They did that to the woman? Oh. What's going on, you guys? This is your boy, TOSKinger. Good morning. I hope everyone is doing very well. I have a bit of a hangover, but you know what? Today, I wanted to be reminded just how much of a man I am, so I decided to persevere, make this video, and react to some cool fucking shit. So today, we are going to react to something called We Test Different Execution Methods with Ballistic Dummies. This shit is cool as fuck. I want one of these things, or maybe like 100, just to beat up, and just to see what happens to everyone's internal organs if I were to obliterate them with a falcon punch. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So today, guys, that's what we're going to react to. So let's check it out.
What we are here to bring you is cold, hard truth. And the cold, hard truth we are bringing you today is, what does it look like and how effective is it? We're going to be testing out various execution methods that are real world, using the actual weapons, using the actual ammo, and we hope to give you guys a good visual representation of what it looks like, because what is important here on Grand Thumb is what, Micah?
Science.
That's right, science, and we are here to bring you science in a world of wishy-washy nothingness. Well,
okay, so you know what's kind of funny? He's doing it for educational purposes, I understand, but these guys are trying to hide the fact that how fucking fun this shit is. They are trying not to emphasize the idea that shooting someone or something might be a really good fucking time. Now, I don't think it would be a good time to shoot an actual person, but shooting one of these things would be the best. I don't know what it is. Something about see-through dummies with ribs and skull facing out. You just want to beat it up, you know, or like just shoot the shit out of it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Should I go to the hospital to go to the psych ward? You guys be the judge. Put it down in the comments.
Very good approximation of what the human body is. We have bone, we have blood, we have organs. And this is about as close as we can get without using what, Micah?
Real human beings?
Pedophiles, which aren't real human beings. So
Boom.
we're going to use these as a stand-in. And
boom. We were just talking about that yesterday, dude. We were like, hey, you know these YouTube channels of people going out and they're like intervening and luring in pedophiles, and then they just end up confronting him and the pedophiles just run away. You know what I mean? No. I want to be like the Gestapo, bro. I want to lure pedophiles, fucking destroy them, beat the shit out of them to the point where, like, they question their sexuality. I'm not even kidding. Let's just beat them up. You can't run around banging kids if you got no knees.
we're going to be starting with, I think, one of the most interesting executions, and that is how they execute people in Utah. Thank you, Mormons. Now,
no way.
Utah still has a firing squad. Now, firing squad used to be used a lot more, not so much anymore because they considered it inhumane, and hopefully we can prove that not true. So, in Utah, what they use is Winchester 94 rifles chambered in 30-30. Now,
pretty cool gun.
We could not get Winchester 94s, and we couldn't get Henrys, but we told Rossi that we were going to be doing a execution video, and they happily sent us guns, so thank you, Rossi. The rounds used are Winchester silver tips in 30-30. This is a fairly old ammunition, and as much as we can tell from our insider source, these are the actual rounds that are used, and they were very hard to source.
No way.
So, in Utah, they use 5 30-30 rifles, and one of those rifles has a wax slug in it. That way, if any of the guys, you know, are very sad about shooting somebody, then they can, you know,
play mental gymnastics.
Yeah, be like, oh, maybe I had the wax slug, because it apparently feels very much so like real recoil. So in any case, only 4 of the rifles are actually firing a slug. So we have 4 shooters.
Whoa, what? So if someone feels bad about shooting someone in the firing squad, there has to be 5. So if someone feels bad shooting someone in the firing squad, they get a wax tip. So it's like it's non-lethal. But like, why do it anyway? The guy's still going down in front of you. I don't get it. That's like a dumb way to think that you're doing something that's just or okay. Like, I don't know, like stupid, fucking weird.
Each firing 1 round of Winchester 30-30 silver tip into the chest of the dummy. And we'll be doing our first execution video. So enough talk, let's get on with it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Just gonna make sure our guy right here feel a little calm. We have a little bit of nicotine, calm him down. This is pretty intense.
This guy's funny.
So with all that being said, let's kill him. All right here we have our posse. We have stockpile defense, Boise, Idaho, and then of course
I gotta start shooting again, man. I love fucking guns. It's got the fun as shit.
We have these vagrants. We're gonna be putting this guy out of his misery. 4 rounds of 30-30. Mike, are you ready?
I am.
3, 2, 1.
Cool. Wow, good shots. They didn't miss nothing. Oh, did it blow his spine out? Whoa. So over for you, buddy.
Look at the flowering
Yeah.
of those rounds entering. Like, that is beautiful ballistics when they came in.
He just doesn't have a chest anymore.
He does. Look at.
Before I continue, I want to Google and see how much these ballistic dummies cost. Permagel ballistic dummy deluxe torso with head from $2,795. Whoa. Holy shit. Yeah, that's pretty expensive. I didn't expect that. I mean, I expected them to be expensive, but that's pretty expensive. If I had the money though, I would buy like a fucking ton of them and I would just beat them up. Seriously, that would be really fun.
So we have a couple different impacts. So to be clear, there's a little bit of lag and stagger between all the shots in slow-mo. It's pretty simultaneous, but like you have to imagine, like even police officers all shooting together, or you know, whatever jail officers who are shooting, like they're not going to be perfectly timed. You're kind of going to get 4-ish rounds in around a second. It's kind of brutal.
Yeah, that's rough.
At least one of them for a little bit.
I mean, you would with lethal injection too. How long does lethal injection take? Like 30 minutes?
What?
I'll take
What?
this
What?
any day.
Whoa,
First
go
round
back.
when it came through, was lethal injection.
If all goes as planned, the entire execution takes about 5 minutes, with death usually occurring less than 2 minutes after the final injection. However, botched lethal injections have sometimes required more than 2 hours to achieve death. Oh, that sucks. What does that feel like? I don't want to know.
I'll take this any day. First round when it came through, you can see it completely shattered the rib and went straight through the heart. That's death right there. Right here, we have these two, came through the lung tissue, blew out the ascending aorta. Upper round right here, traveled
Oh, he
through,
knows what he's talking
shattered
about.
the collarbone. If we come out the back, this is where it gets crazy, because we had 2 rounds exit out through the lungs. You can see all this
Ugh.
tissue coming out. We had 1 round go through the spinal cord. That's your
Dead.
dunzo, dude.
Yeah, that's dead.
And it kind of
You got lodged.
right there. And the other round also crushed through the spinal cord as well as through the heart. You're
It's over for you, dude.
death, man. This is quick. I would take. Okay, would you take lethal injection?
Yeah, for sure, because they put you to sleep first.
It doesn't always work. It doesn't always work. What about? Would you take the electric chair over this?
No.
No.
Hanging.
No.
No.
You'd rather get shot first.
Yes, absolutely.
I would get shot, 100%.
But,
now,
like-
we tried an American execution method.
Does that really, like, do you not feel pain? I know it's fast, but dude, like, I think you feel that shit. I think I would want to take the lethal injection too, but like getting shot, bro, like you feel that, you know, like.
Method, but what about some other countries throughout the world? Let's do some of those. So, Micah, we're going to be doing the Soviet/the Russian execution method. You know what that is?
Firing
I
squad?
don't know. It's usually something like you exercised free speech, so they shoot you in the back or something.
Nah.
That's some spicy tea.
That's pretty good. So you're going to be taking 1 round of 9x18 to the back of the head. They're
No
very
way.
economical. They don't have a lot of money, so that's the best way to save the money because they have a bunch of it. So whether it's a Makarov or if you're Polish or what have you, 9x18, which if you don't know, is a little less than 9mm and a little bit more than 380. Not a lot of power. You're about to get Abraham Lincoln.
Damn.
Not losing to the Ukraine.
Wow, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah, that was super
Wow.
anticlimactic.
Whoa, so it got lodged in there. It went through his nose.
It's just not that much.
It's like they wanted to suffer a little bit.
Yeah, okay, but come take a look at this right here. So it did straight up, star pattern in the back of the head, and you have all that gunpowder that's burnt into there.
Whoa.
And we did have a piece of looks like, of the jacket that exited out through the nose and penetrated through the skull. So certainly you're going to die. You're gonna die taking
That's
a round to the head
brutal.
like that. It seems so unnecessarily brutal even compared to like 30-30. Just don't get executed in Russia, dude.
Holy shit, dude.
Next up we have Thailand. Now the question
That was intense, man. Whoa, talk about freaky. Oh god. This went from being like an enjoyable experience, like, oh, we get to, fuck up ballistic dummies and it's a great time, to, oh wait, in the real cases, this is how people actually get executed around the world. Thinking about them as actual people is a little disheartening, but if they are pedophiles, kill them all.
is, how would Thailand execute somebody? It's actually quite interesting. So what we have here is we have the person we executed is tied up against a post and their back is facing towards the shooter, which is a machine gun that is clamped into a vise. We then have a
What?
sheet that is between the accused and the shooter so that they don't have to watch the person getting shot. Now, originally,
gonna be
it's an
brutal.
older submachine gun that was quite loud, and they would fire a burst of 15 rounds of FMJ into their back until they hopefully died.
15
they wouldn't always
bursts.
die. But apparently that really scared the prisoners because they could hear the automatic gunfire, so they switched over to an MP5 SD, which is very, very quiet. As you know, the SD stands for super duper quiet. So the execution method for Thailand is 15 rounds from a submachine gun into the back through a sheet.
Dude, that's insane.
Now they paint a target on the sheet to ensure that they're hitting the person correctly. Now, we don't have an MP5 SD, so what we are using is an MP5 with a suppressor.
That's a cool
firing
gun.
Subsonics, we're going to get the exact same ballistic effects. So, let's get shooting.
Whoa. Oh, he's dead, though. But brutal, man. Oh, man, that's just... I love the music they're playing in the background. Holy shit.
That's so bad.
Yeah, that's brutal.
I don't like that at all.
He'd probably
Makes
be
me
alive
feel
for a
very
bit.
uncomfortable. There's slugs going through the heart, partially exiting, cracking the sternum.
Okay, no, he'd be dead.
You're dead. Come here. Look at the back right here, Micah. Like
Brutal,
look
man.
Look at all 15 rounds right there. That is death. It's just brutal.
It's
I feel
super
like
brutal.
There's a cleaner way to do it with a gun, and it's not 15 rounds from a submachine gun into the back. I mean, they don't do this anymore.
Man, that is brutal, dude. Guns are so insane. Okay, I think guns are cool as fuck, okay? But in a firing range, or like if you're going hunting, like they're cool, you know what I mean? But they have to be respected. I'm thinking about like the US and shit, right? Have your guns, man. It's in your constitutional right. I'm not saying take that shit away from anybody, but like kids have guns. Like just teenagers just have guns in the street and shit. They maybe shouldn't have them, but whatever, you know? But yeah, no, man, this is thinking about them as real people is like more uncomfortable than I expected that to be. Seriously.
But it just felt wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, conclusion for Thai execution method, 10 out of 10 do not want it to happen.
Yeah.
So far, I'm taking the 4 rounds of 30-30. What about you, Micah?
I'll take the 4 rounds 30-30. Then this, then the Makarov.
Makarov very last. It seems so unnecessary.
The
Now, our
Makarov?
Thai guy right here
Isn't that
pretty
a
injured, but he's not dead yet. So
sniper?
we're going to do another American special. This is a specialty of the Navy SEALs. We're going to do what's called a canoe. Is it a authorized killing under the laws of armed conflict or a war crime? That's not for me to decide. I'm just going
What?
to show it to you. So what it is when a combatant's on the ground and is still alive, a safety round is put under the chin, through the head, and then apparently will create that canoe-like effect.
Why
in
is
the
it
head.
called a safety round?
Just
Yeah.
to make sure they're dead, because you don't want them like popping up with a gun or pulling a grenade, something like that. You just want to make sure they're not alive. Safety round. Lives are expensive, ammo is cheap. Give them another round. And of course, we'll be using the
Wow.
HK-416, which is was one of the weapons of choice of the Navy SEAls.
That is a cool gun.
As authentic as possible with the actual military ammo. I can't wait. Interested to see what it looks like.
Oh! Brutal, dude. Oh my god.
It canoed him.
It just opened him up, dude.
It's a literal canoe. There's like a perfect U going in his face.
Let's give him another one. You ready?
not
These guys are having too much fun. They're psychopaths.
I'm just
They're psychopaths. Holy shit.
dang. Yeah, that's extremely that's it, man.
Oh my
I
god.
see why they call it a canoe.
Well, there you have it. Now we're probably gonna
Dude, war, man. Holy shit. So that's what they actually do. If some guy's still alive, they just shoot his face off just in case. Lives are expensive, ammo's cheap. That's a good point. Whoa, dude. I did not expect the gun to explode that guy's face like that. That was crazy. Oh my god. I need one of those guns for the house.
do the most famous execution to have ever occurred. Bonnie and Clyde, specifically that bitch Bonnie. If you're not familiar with Bonnie and Clyde, they were outlaws, and a posse was sent out after them, led by Frank Hammer. What a badass
Especially
name.
that bitch
Now,
Bonnie.
we do
that's
know
funny.
from varying accounts, or we believe, that when the posse ambushed Bonnie and Clyde, that Bonnie one of the posse members stepped out and put a round through his brain immediately. There's good evidence to suggest that Ted Hinton then, with his Colt Monitor, unloaded about 20 rounds from his magazine into poor old Bonnie right here. Now,
No
this
way.
is a representation of Bonnie. She's a little bit smaller. So what we have right here is we do have the Ford V8 glass. This is a really quality reproduction. We do have the dummy behind it, and of course, more importantly, we have the Colt Monitor.
Look
So
at
if you're
that
not familiar with the
fucking
Colt
gun.
Monitor, it is basically a BAR that has been tricked out. It was called the FBI's fighting rifle. You have a large brake to stabilize it. It is horrifically loud, and it is firing 30-06. Very interested to see the damage.
36
in the
rounds?
Postmortems on Bonnie.
In that?
It very much so shredded her body and shot off her hand and stuff. So it was pretty brutal.
No
and of course,
way.
she was shot with other rounds, but let's see what it looked like from the Colt Monitor.
Yeah, let's check it out. Whoa, look at those fucking rounds. Holy shit. Dude, it's tearing it up. Wow. Wow, that head's gonna come off. They did that to the woman?
Oh, no.
Holy shit. They did that to Bonnie, dude. They shut her hand off. I was like, how serious is this gonna be? Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Poor Bonnie. Bonnie, no. No, Bonnie. Then he gets out of the car and he's like, ah, he starts shooting at anything. Oh, that's so funny, bro. Wow.
Bonnie, no!
Mike.
Holy
Bonnie.
hell. Oh, the head fell off.
Bonnie, I'm so I'm sorry. So we're gonna pop up a couple photos right here.
Incredible.
Here's what's really interesting to me, and that's that I'm really happy about this. The glass behaved just like it did in the photos, and the actual car is still on display. So I think it's really interesting that we see kind of the same pattern and the same bullet size from the 30 cal from the Colt Monitor. I think that's really cool. There's like
That
a
was
nerd
cool.
in me. But also what was really interesting was that glass shot back into the dummy.
Yeah.
You see all that glass and shrapnel coming in. This was probably horrifically violent when it happened. They probably died quite quickly. Well, especially Clyde. Rest in peace. Another thing to consider too is that they were a slight upward angle. So that probably accounts for the fact that Bonnie's head was not sawed off like it was in the case
Holy
of our video.
shit.
But the 30-06 clearly had the power to do it. You have to understand it was a moving car. They were firing probably a ton of adrenaline. So they probably didn't get as precise hits. They're a little bit further away. But it certainly demonstrates the power that was coming from just one of the weapons that was fired at them during this time. Pretty incredible.
Wow. Yeah, that was
This
cool.
is the way I'd want to go. Just taking 20 rounds from a Colt Monitor.
No, you wouldn't,
Just
dude.
gone, dude. Just
You're lying.
Saw my head off, dude. Just do it. Well, that brings us to the end of the execution video. We've tried out a lot of different methods right now, and I think I'm going to rank them by how I would like to be executed. I will say Colt Monitor would be my number one.
Really?
My number two is the 30-30, and after that, don't let me do any of the other ones because they seem horrible.
They all
Micah,
seem
what
horrible.
are your top two?
I think just mostly style points, the Colt Monitor wins.
Yeah, style points.
Okay,
the Colt
whatever.
Monitor is pretty freaking cool. And then 30-30.
Yeah, I mean, if it's the last thing that's going to happen to you, it better be tight.
You know, overall, I will say, compared to like hanging, lethal injection, and some of those other things, I'll take getting shot, dude. That sounds way better to
I
me.
think they're just lazy, man. They don't want to clean up.
Yeah, they just don't want to clean up everything. In any case, guys.
All right, let's just stop this. Wow. Okay, like that was pretty cool, insane. I don't want to get shot like that at all, like by anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good. You know what I mean? And oh my god, it's something in my eye. But yeah, I don't want to get shot like that at all, man, from anyone. No thanks. I'm good. That looked terrible. The Colt Monitor was kind of cool. Like the way the gun obliterated that fucking ballistic dummy, like the head came off. Oh, that's brutal. Now I think about it, that's brutal. Anyways, you guys, that was the execution dummy video. Hey, that was pretty cool, man. This guy's a badass dude. I wish he would like bring out some swords and start cutting heads off and shit. We're gonna see if we can find that later on, another time. Guys, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming back to the channel. All right, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I want to see you guys coming back and enjoying these videos, okay? Because I do this for all of us, okay? We're a team. Let's do this. Thank you so much. This is your boy TOSKinger signing off. Peace out.